Welcome to your horror podcast. Here, you won't just listen to real stories or chilling urban legends and myths. You will also learn and expand your English vocabulary. Remember, you can enjoy this tale with your headphones on or while doing your chores. Get comfortable and enjoy the video. The story: Aunt Naty, the empty-skinned witch. In a scorching town in Tabasco, where the jungle seems eager to swallow the houses, Live to Aunt Naty. She was an elderly woman with a wrinkled face but a sweet voice, who always wore long floral gowns. She made a living curing indigestion and the evil eye with herbs and prayers. Everyone respected her, but no one dared to enter her room after 7 in the evening. Aunt Naty's secret didn't lie in her herbs, but in her true nature. It was said that Naty was a witch of lineage, one of those who make pacts with underworld entities to obtain the gift of transmutation, to fly and stalk her victims, usually young children, to steal their breath of life. Naty couldn't carry her heavy, elderly body. Near midnight, she would lock herself in her room, light a black tallow candle, and begin a grotesque ritual. In front of a foggy mirror, Naty would utter words in a forgotten tongue. Then her skin would begin to split open along her back, from the nape of her neck to her tailbone. With slow, agonizing movements, she would shed her human skin as if it were a latex costume, leaving her raw flesh and organs exposed to the humid Tabasco air. Once out of her skin, Naty would fold it carefully and hide it under her bed, covering it with hearth ash and salt so it wouldn't rot or be attacked by insects. Without the weight of her skin, her body became light and elastic. Her arms transformed into membranous wings, and her eyes turned an intense yellow. She would exit through the window, transformed into a kind of giant owl or humanoid black turkey. During the early hours of the dawn, she could be seen leaping across palm and tin roofs, searching for an entrance to the homes where newborns slept. Legend has it that a young man from the village, curious about the missing animals and the noises on the rooftops, decided to spy on Aunt Naty through a crack in her wooden window. What he saw turned his blood cold. He saw the old woman folding her own empty face and storing it in a trunk under the bed. Terrified but determined, he waited for the witch to fly away. He entered the room, which smelled of sulfur and rancid air, and pulled the skin from under the bed. Remembering the advice of the elders, he filled the skin with coarse salt and dried chilies, then hid it in a different corner of the house. As the first ray of sun touched the jungle, an inhuman shriek was heard over the roof. The creature entered desperately through the window, searching for her skin to become human again before the sunlight incinerated her. When she found it, she tried to put it on, but the salt and chili began to burn her raw flesh in an unbearable way. Aunt Naty couldn't close her disguise. The neighbors, alerted by the screams, broke down the door and found a nightmare scene: a mass of red, pulsating flesh, half wrapped in an old woman's skin, writhing in pain on the floor. It is said that before dying, the creature cursed every family in the town. There are many stories, but this is the case of a young girl who recounted her encounter with the Witch of Tabasco. Sylvia was a rebellious and mischievous girl who lived in the village of Akawal. Ignoring her mother's warnings about the nightly dangers of the forest, she decided to sneak out one night for a walk. After walking for a while, she reached a beautiful stream with crystal clear waters. There, in the distance, she saw what appeared to be an old woman. However, as she got closer, Sylvia noticed strange things. The insects went silent, and the fireflies fled from her. The old woman walked over the water and appeared in front of Sylvia, revealing her true and hideous appearance, a being with glowing, bulging eyes and a fanged smile. It was Aunt Naty, an entity whose gaze, according to legend, causes people to fall fatally ill. Sylvia was paralyzed by terror. She was found days later, wandering with a vacant stare. Before she passed away, she mentioned that in the monster's eyes, she saw hundreds of trapped children. It is said that Aunt Naty maintains her life through a demonic pact that requires her to steal the souls of infants. The legend says that during the day, Aunt Naty leaves a book in plain sight where she records all the souls she has stolen, with accounts so heartbreaking they could drive anyone who reads them insane. Remember, these stories have been passed down from generation to generation. Although they are hard to believe, the doubt always remains as to whether they are reality. Thank you very much for listening. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. See you in the next episode of the Let's Talk English podcast.